KSBY News Daybreak starts right now.
So if you get balloons this Valentine's Day, just like you're not going to let go of your loved ones, make sure to hold on to those balloons too. PG&E says last year there were 370 power outages, just like that, from Eureka to Bakersfield, caused by metallic balloons hitting power lines. If they come into contact with overhead power lines, they can disrupt electric service, cause significant property damage, and serious injuries. And PG&E has also announced it's upgrading more than 2,300 streetlights in the Paso Robles area with LED lights. They say the replacements will be brighter, more energy efficient, and last longer. Work on the project is slated to start later this month and should wrap up within 30 to 60 days. They've started similar projects in other Central Coast cities. I remember my first time seeing snow was that exact same thing with snow at my preschool.
That's what you get in California.
In Los Angeles.
Fake
When
snow.
I grew up in Los Angeles.
in February.
It's not fake snow.
It's not coming down from the sky.
It's imported snow.
It's absolutely fake. You tell your children what they saw.
Imported. It's imported.
We got real fog this morning.
We do have
That's
real
for sure.
fog, not real snow, but we do have real fog. Check out these pictures. I have these to start off our microclimate forecast. Some great shots sent in of that fog that rolled in. All right, get this. You just might be able to get a tattoo inside of one of Whole Foods' new millennial-focused Whole Foods 365 shops, set to open later this year. The company says customers will see businesses operating within its Whole Foods 365 stores, and those businesses that could range from fresh-pressed juice stands to tattoo parlors. Whole Foods wants to partner with startups as well as established brands to help enhance the 365 experience.
Go in for vegetables, come out tatted. That's cool.
Who knew? Well, a new study on online dating reveals a surprising statistic. 1 in 10 Americans looking for love online is a baby boomer. The national survey released by the Pew Research Center shows that online dating by 55 to 64-year-olds has doubled since 2013. Those results reject conventional wisdom that the older generation is afraid of technology. And baby boomers aren't the only new singles online. The survey also found the use of online dating websites and, of course, those mobile dating apps by 18 to 24-year-olds has increased nearly threefold since 2013. It's Pet Tales, and this week we meet Lily. So if you're alone this Valentine's Day weekend.
Why are you staring at me?
It might be a nice
Look over
option.
here, too.
She's an adorable calico cat who will make the perfect cuddle companion on Valentine's Day. Take a look. The city of Morro Bay is cracking down on code violations, and this isn't just a matter of cars parked on lawns or weeds growing out of control. One resident is fighting to keep landscaping that's been growing in her yard for decades. Judy Van Hay says her hedges were a part of her childhood. They've been there since actually the 1930s. Recently, she opened a letter from the city asking her to cut them from 15 feet down to 3 to meet city code. An arborist who inspected those trees says cutting them to that height would most likely kill them. And for Van Hay, that would mean a loss of money and her memories.
I wish they'd wait till after I died, and then I wouldn't have to witness it. It's not only historical, it's been here since before the city was a city.
In the past, we've kind of taken a more reactive stance on code enforcement, but we've heard from the community that they're interested in us making sure that we're, frankly, enforcing the laws that are on the books.
Judy isn't the only one, though, who received a violation notice. Those who have are invited to a public hearing at Morro Bay City Hall on March 8th to discuss those ordinances. Thanks, Matt. Some good stuff there. Well, coming up, I have your microclimate forecast, and we have some rain on the brain. But in the meantime, we're going to have some sunny skies and warm temperatures. I'll have all the details coming up next after the break. It's time for a look at our weather. What we saw outside last night was tons of fog. Rolled in about 6 o'clock yesterday, Morro Bay. Can't even see past the boat, so thanks for that photo. Another great photo at the Cliffs Resort right around happy hour when that fog started rolling in, and one more from Pismo. That's from last night, but we still have fog outside. We have a dense fog advisory in place. You might need to drive a little bit slower because there's a quarter-mile visibility. That's going to clear out, though, by 9 a.m. We also have a high surf advisory in place. That's going to be in place until tomorrow evening, and then that should be gone. This is actually what it looks like outside right now in San Luis Obispo at the KSBY studio. Fog is pretty thick. Santa Maria is 45, San Luis Obispo 44, Paso 41, Santa Barbara's at 45. Our Lompoc station is down. Winds are calm and offshore at this time. Microclimate forecast showing some clouds here and there for Friday, but by Saturday, Sunday, Valentine's Day, it's going to clear out, give you some sunny skies. Great way to spend your weekend. High pressure system still hanging out over the central coast, giving us those warm temperatures. Low pressure system causing some storms out in the Pacific. That cold front right here starting to get closer to us. Gonna hit San Francisco before it even gets to us. But in the meantime, we have a very strong ridge in place that is weakening, but it has been blocking that jet stream, and those onshore winds that we got are now going to shift. And that jet stream is going to be pushing through, giving us some rain next Wednesday into Thursday. And we're pretty optimistic about how much rain we're going to get. Computer models said yesterday, 1/2 of an inch. Now we're looking at about 1.5 inches for some areas. Goleta, Solvang, North County could even see over 1 inch. So quite the soaker we're looking for. In February, we want it to be a rainmaker month, so we need it. High temperatures across the nation. East Coast, Midwest is looking at a polar vortex again. Not fun. I did it. It wasn't fun. But right here on the Central Coast, this is why we live here. Beautiful temperatures. We are going to be in the 80s in some places again. Mid-70s, though, for the most part. Carpinteria, 75. Santa Ynez, 80. Those interior valleys are going to see mid-70s for the most part. Coastal areas, upper 60s. Pismo Beach is dropping all the way down to 63, though 65 in Avila, 65 in Cambria. Going to be a little bit cooler than we've seen. Santa Maria, Santa Barbara, you can see a slight cool down going into the weekend, peaking again on Monday into those upper 70s, low 80s. Thursday, Friday, you can't see it, but you can see it on our 7-day forecast at the bottom of the screen. Some rain is on the way for Wednesday and Thursday, and we're pretty optimistic about it. Paso and San Luis Obispo, mid-70s for the most part, but it's going to be a nice one for that Valentine's Day. All right, the time is 6:42. Coming up next on Daybreak, see what's being made for a Valentine's Day edition of Foodie Friday. A gas leak in Southern California that spewed tens of thousands of metric tons of methane into the air and forced thousands to evacuate is now under control. Southern California Gas says the incident is expected to cost at least $250 million, not including potential damages from more than 24 lawsuits and government penalties. The estimate covers the cost of relocating almost 6,500 families for weeks, some of them months, and paying to stop the leak.